Hello children, let's come back to our maths class. I hope you are enjoying your maths class. We have just started with our maths classes, children. I hope you have understood what we have done in the previous class. That is, we have studied about a new language that was, yes, what was the language called? Yeah, it was a set language. And what is the definition for set, children? Yes, set is a well-defined collection of objects. So we have seen some examples for how to check. That is, we have seen some examples. I have given you some statements and I have told you how to check whether it is a statement or it may not be a statement. So if you have a statement and if the statement is well defined, suppose I have given you an example, the collection of all books in a library, the collection of all teachers in a school, the collection of all players in a Indian cricket team. So this, when you can define the statement, when the statement is well defined, we say the statement is a set. If we have the collection of all good teachers in a school, good teachers, when you talk about good teachers, the statement differs from person to person. You may feel, oh, I like maths teacher, or one other student may feel, I like the English teacher as the best. So for every person, for every student, the statement differs. So the collection of all good teachers in a school is not a set. There is a collection of all teachers, if we have the statement, all teachers in a school. So this statement is true from all the set. For every children, this statement is true. If you have around 50 teachers, or if we ask every student, he is going to say, okay, we have so many teachers. We have English teachers, we have maths teachers, we have science teachers, and so on. For every student, the statement is true. So this statement is well defined. So if the statement is well defined, we call it as a set. Similarly, if we have the collection of all good teachers, good teachers means what? The statement differs from person to person. You may have a different view, another person may have different view. So everyone have a different view. Okay. So you may feel, that's I told you, you may like an English teacher, or you may like a maths teacher, or you may like a Hindi teacher. So for everyone, the views are different, or the opinion is different. So we have to say this is not a well-defined statement. Therefore, it is not a set. Is it clear, children? Are you clear with the difference between well-defined and not well-defined? So this is not well-defined, okay? So there it was well-defined, and here it's not well-defined. So here it is a set, and here it is not a set. So this was the topic that we have dealt in our previous class, and we have done some sums from exercise 1.1, which was based on finding the sets. And also we have seen the different ways of representing a set. What are the three different ways of representing a set? The first one was descriptive form, the second one was set builder form, and the third one was roster form. Okay, let's have a small recap of what we have done in our previous class, because this is very, very important for completing our exercise 1.1. Okay, let's study about descriptive form. So what is the meaning of descriptive? A set is described in words. So how are you going to write the set? You are going to write the set in words. So what will be the example? The set of all vowels in English alphabet. Then the set of all months in a year. Okay. So, what is the first form of writing a set? The first form is descriptive form. Descriptive form means describing in words. We are writing as a statement. The set of all vowels, the set of all months in a year. Okay. So, when we have such a way of representing a set, it is called as a descriptive form. Okay, now let's go for the second one. The second one is set builder form or rule form. Let's see how to check whether the given set is a set rule. See here, second one, set builder or rule form. Okay, children. Now here, a rule will be given. A name of a set will be given to you and it will be told, I'll just use the same sets. X such that X is a vowel in English alphabet. The set of, see, the set of goes. So how you will write X such that. What is this? What is this line read as? Such that. X such that. X is a vowel in English alphabet. Okay? Okay, let's go for the next one. B is equal to X such that the symbol and this symbol are said as such that. Okay. X such that, how I'll write? X is a month in a year. Okay. X such that X is a month in a year. Clear? Okay, now the third one is roster form. Roster form or its listing form, or we can call it as tabular form. So we have many names for it. Is okay. So what is that called? Roster form or tabular form. So you have to write down all the values over here. What are the values? Vowel. So what will be the answer for roster form? So A, same, I'm just going to use the same thing. A is equal to A, E, I, O, U. So what are this called? What are this? They are called the members, or they are called the elements. Okay, so A is the member of A, E is the member of A, I is the member of A, O is the member of A, U is the member of A. Or A is the element of A, E is the element of A, I is the element of A, O is the element of A, U is the element of A. Okay. Let's take out for the second one. So B is equal to set of all months in a year. So you have to start from January, February, and if you feel that we cannot write all the things together, you can put 3 dot, 1, 2, 3. Do not go on writing dot, 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 dot. You have to use 3 dot. Now this 3 dot represent that it is continued. Getting? So January, February till December. Complete your bracket. So what is this bracket called as? Brace bracket. B-R-A-C-E, brace, or curly bracket. C-U-R-L-Y, curly bracket. Clear, children? Okay, so let's see the different, that is, we have seen the different ways of representing a set. The first one was descriptive form, and I have explained to you how to represent same in 3 different ways. See here, it is represented as words. The set of all vowels in English alphabet. So how are we changing this in set builder form? X such that. I have told you, you can use a such that sign, or you can use a 2 dots over here, one and the same. X such that X is a vowel in English alphabet. Then how I am writing in roster form? A is equal to A, E, I, O, U. Okay. Next one, the set of all months in a year. This is descriptive form. Writing in words. Okay. How are we changing in set builder form? X such that. X is a month in a year, or X is a month of a year. Okay, how are you going to write this in roster form? B is equal to January, February, it goes on till December. I hope you are clear with 3 different forms of representing a set. So according to the question, you have to change your answer. Okay children, so now we are going to start with our exercise. So take down your classwork, write today's date, take down your classwork, write today's date and day. We have completed with sum number 1. Yes children, I have given you the first sum, that is first sum was done as classwork, and I have given you the remaining 3 sums as homework. So I hope you have completed your homework. You have to complete the homework in the day itself, and I have told you how to separate your notes. Do not use 2 different notes. You can just use a single note. From the first you do the classwork, and from the half of the book, that is you can just divide your book into 2, and the next half part can be used for writing your homework. So mention their homework note and just continue to write the date. So whenever you write the homework, you have to put the date. Date is very important. So whenever you send the homework, it should be along with the date. Is it clear children? Okay, so we have just recalled what we have done in the previous class, because this is a new topic that you are learning, and the same topic gets continued in your 10th standard and 11th standard. Okay, so we have to follow. We have a topic called sets in our 10th as well as 11th. So you have to study in detail about this in this class itself. So this is a basic thing that you're learning here. Okay children, so just be clear with the set language. Okay, so I hope everyone has taken your classwork and you're ready with your classwork. Okay, good. So have you written today's date? Have you written the day? Okay, good. Now write down question number 2. Write down the question. I hope you have all the maths books with you. Maths textbook is with you, yes? So take page 5. Write down question number 2. List the set of letters of the following words in roster form. List the set of letters of the following words in roster form. You have to be quick. Just do not simply waste your time. So whenever you are free, you just draw the margin and the rough column in your classwork and keep it ready. Okay? Every time you cannot go on drawing the margin. So at least 4-5 pages, you just draw the margins and the rough work ready, so that you can just go on directly writing your classworks. You know how to represent, yes? I'll just tell you how to do your margin and rough work. Suppose this is a new book. Whenever you start with a new page, every time just do not write directly the numbers over here. So every time you have to draw a, it can be just for 1 centimeter or 2 centimeter. You would have used this, yes? And here you can just draw. Suppose this is your page. Okay, I'll just draw a page. We have a page over here. So first thing is you are going to draw a margin. So margin will be there, and this margin, in this margin only you are going to write the date and the day. Okay, and here you will write the exercise. Suppose you are doing with exercise 1.1, miss, write exercise 1.1 question number 2 and write the heading, then sum number 1, the first sub part. And here we have to draw a small rough work. Every time you just, if we do any calculations, we can just do the rough calculations over here. And nobody is going to do the rough calculation in the this is what, margin. I have seen that many people have a habit of doing rough work over here. So that is wrong. Rough work should not be done in the margin. Whatever rough work you have, it should be done in the rough column. Are you clear? So you have to, for every page, this format, every page there should be a margin and there should be a rough column. Are you clear? Are you able to understand me, children? Okay, so for every page, what you have to do? You have to do a margin and a rough column. So just for 5-6 pages, you can just draw the margin and keep it ready. So no need to draw the margin and the rough column at the time of your class. Getting my point? Okay. So I hope you are ready with your margin and ready with your rough column. Good. Have you taken on the question? Very good. Okay, let's take the first subpart. What is the first subpart given to you? India. What's that? I-N-D-I-A. It's India. So what is the question? The question is, you are going to list the set of letters in roster form. So you're going to use a roster form. Okay, what is the meaning of roster form? Writing the elements. You are going to list out all the elements. This is a very, very easy sum. Let's see over here how to do this. So question number 2, first subpart, India, I-N-D-I-A, and exercise 1.1. I'll just give a name to a set. If the giving a name is of your choice, you can give any letter you wish. You can give, but use only a capital letter. Do not use small letters. You can use any letters from A to Z. But just keep in mind, you have to use only capital letters. Okay, so I have given a name to a set, that is A. Okay, I'm just starting from A. Okay, so now I am going to list out all the elements. See how is the roster form? You have to put a brace bracket and we are going to write the element over here. So what is the question? Set of letters. List the set of letters. So what are we going to do? We are going to write the letters present in India. Tell me, what are the letters present in India? I, okay. N, okay. D, good. Then I, okay. A, yes. So these are the letters present in India. But when you write the roster form, keep in your mind, we should not repeat the letter. We should not repeat the letter. Now here, just see, I comes twice. We have one I and we have one more I over here. So totally we have 2 I's. So when you write the roster form, do not write I. You should write only one time. Are you getting my point, children? So write only once. No need of, you should not, no need, no, you should not write the letters twice. Clear? Okay, so let's write down the letters in roster form. So I will be there, okay. We can write N, okay. We can write D, okay, done. Do not write I because I is already written in the set. So what we have to write again? Here A. So this is your answer. So no need to write this. You just keep in your, this you can say in your orally or you can just do it mentally. No problem. So what are the letters in India? I, N, D, A. I am not writing I twice because already I have written I once over here. Are you clear, children? Okay, so what is this I called? I is a member of A. N is a member of A. D is a member of A. A is a member of A. Okay, this is just a name of a set. Or if you have any confusion, here also A is there, here also A is there, you can just change this A. But this is just a name of the set, so no need of worrying anything. I can just take it as A, no problem. Okay, so now let's go for the next thing. Let's go for the second subpart. It's parallelogram. Second one, parallelogram. So we have studied about parallelogram. Yes, children? The figure looks like this. A parallelogram. Okay. Write the spelling properly. P-A-R-A-L-L-E-L-O-G-R-A-M. E-L-O-G-R-A-M. Parallelogram. Parallelo. L-E-L-O-G-R-M. You use a capital letter to write the question because they have given the question in the form of capital letters. Yes, children? So use a capital letter to write the question. It's the way it's been given in the book. Okay, so now what are we going to do? We are going to write the set of letters in roster form. So let's see, how are we going to do? So this is, I give a name over here, B. Okay, it's your choice. I have already told you that giving a name to a set is of your choice. So you can just give by your own. You may give as X, you may may give as Y or Z or M or N, whatever you wish. Okay, let's start over here. So I'll start from, that is, what is the thing? I am going to write down the set of letters in roster form. P, shall I take the word letter P over here? Yes. Okay, I'll start from P. Okay, done, good. What is the next letter I am going to use here? A, good. What about the next letter? R, very good. Okay, now, yes. Already I have taken over here A. Yes, we have written A1. So no need to take A again. Just go to the next letter. So I finish this, I finish this, I finish this. A I am not going to write because A is already taken. Next, L. Okay, taken L. Do not take this L here. Do not write double L. Okay, this is not correct. Only we have to write one time L. So L, this no need. E, yes. Shall we take this L? No need. Very good, because already we have written L. Good. Next, O, good. G, yes. R, no need. Good, because R is already present. Yes, children? Yes, R is present. A, taken. M. Okay, I'll write M. So what is the answer? What are the roster form here? What are the elements? P, these are the elements. Remember, they are the elements or they are the member. What are they called? Member or element. So what is this? P is a member of B. A is a member of B. R is a member of B. L is a member of B. You can use member or you can use element. E is the element of B. O is a element of B. G is the element of B. M is the element of B. Are you clear, children? So we have completed question number 2, the first subpart and the second subpart, the third subpart and the fourth subpart is your homework. So I'm just writing down your homework. So you have to just put a tick in your question, in the book, so that and write their homework. So homework is question number 2, the third subpart. I hope you are able to get me, yes? So just follow me properly. So homework is question number 2, the third subpart, that is Mississippi, and the fourth, what is that? Czechoslovakia. Czechoslovakia. So you have to complete the third and the fourth subpart. Clear, children? Okay. Now let's go for the next question. Write on question number 3. Consider the following sets. A is equal to 0, 3, 5, 8. B is equal to 2, 4, 6, 10. And C is equal to, write down the question properly. And C is equal to 12, 14, 18, 20. Write down first A question, okay? Do not write B now. Just state on the first question. State whether true or false. State whether true or false. Do not write all the questions together. I will give you some homeworks under here. Just what I am saying, that you follow. Okay, have you taken on the question, children? Okay, good. Now let's continue with sum number 3. Okay, let's start. What's the question given? What is the set A given? A is equal to 0, 3, 5, 8. Okay. A is equal to 0, 3, 5, 8. Good. What is B given to you? This is the question. Okay, so no need to write this. I am just writing the question because already you have written the question. So 2, 4, 6, 10. Do not write this, children. I have told you to write the question and I have told you to write the statement. That is state whether true or false. Okay. C is what? C is 12, 14, 18, 20. 12, 14, 18, 20. Okay, good. So this is what we have got from the question itself. So what is the first part of this? You have to state whether true or false. State whether true or false. Okay. Now let me take the first subpart. Totally we have 6 subparts, yes, children. So I'll be just doing the first 3 and the remaining 3 will be a homework. So question number 3, A, 4, 5, 6 homework. Question number 3A, 4, 5, 6. The subpart is your homework. Okay, now let's start with the first subpart from A. 18, yeah, this is a new thing. Yes, you would have you studied about this? No. So we have a statement like this. What is the statement called? Or what is the symbol? We have studied many symbols, but this is a symbol that we are learning in this class itself. Yes, children. We have not studied this in your previous class. So I'll explain to you what is the meaning of that set. I hope you are taking the notes of your homework, which is a very, very important part, a very, very important thing that you are going to do. So just follow up your homework. Okay, children, now just put your pens down and listen to me. Let us keep that sum aside and just let's come over here. I'm going to explain you the symbol. A new symbol that we are going to learn today. Let's study the new symbol. Okay, see here. If I have a set A, okay, I'm just giving you another example. I'm not going to take the same example. I'll just give you one example so that with this you can be able to apply for sum number 3. If I have a set A, okay, I'll just take a new set because already we are using the set A and A again, yes. Okay, I'll use a set M. Okay, I'll take a set M. M is equal to, I'm going to write some members for it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. Okay, we have a member for M as 1, 2, 3, 4 and 10. Okay, done. Now I am going to tell you a new symbol. I told you that we are going to learn about a new symbol. Okay, now this symbol is called as belongs to. What is the meaning of this symbol, children? Belongs to. How to write this symbol? Put a C and you can just put a small line. It looks like E, but actually it's not exactly E, but somewhat, yeah. So you can put a small c. How to write belongs to? Put a small c and you have to just draw a small line inside it. So this symbol is read as belongs to. So how to read this symbol? Belongs to. Similarly, do you remember, children, if we say 4 is equal to 4. Yes, equal to. This is equal to. If they are not equal, how you write? 4 is not equal to 5. Not equal. We have already studied about this symbol. Yes, equal and not equal. Similarly, if it is not belonging to, so how you have to do? You have to put a C, put a small line and just cut it. This is read as not belongs to. Are you clear? So we are going to study 2 new symbols over here. One is belongs to and one is not belongs to. Clear? Are you clear with the statement, new statements? What is the first symbol? belongs to. How are you going to write belongs to? Draw a small C and you have to just draw a small line inside. Not belongs to, draw a C, put a line inside and just you have to cut it. So it says not belongs to. Okay, now let's see how to use this symbol. How are we going to use this symbol? Now belongs to, what do you mean by belongs to? What is your definition for belongs to? Belongs to. Suppose if I have a pen, I will say, okay, suppose my pen, I am keeping my pen or somewhere, I will say that pen belongs to me or that book belongs to me. It's my property. I have that. If I have my pen, I say, okay, that, and if I have a pen and I have just kept my pen somewhere. So from here what I say, okay, that pen belongs to me. Okay, like that. Similarly, here, belongs to is same. So for M, that is, for the set M, who are the members of M? 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. They are members of M. That is for whom, so that means they are belonging to M. Who is belonging to M? The members. What are the members here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. So they are the members of set A. So this members belong to M. So how I say 1 will belong to M. Clear? Yes. 1 belongs to, read the symbol carefully, belongs to. 1 belongs to M. 2 belongs to M. 2 is belonging to M. 4 is belonging to M. Yes, 4 is present. Okay, if I give you a number 5, is 5 belonging to M? Do you have a member for M as 5? No, I don't have 5 here. I have only 1, I have 2, I have 3, I have 4, I have 10, but I do not have 5. So how to write here? 5 does not belong to M. Does not. So how are you going to write? First write the symbol for belonging to and you have to just put a cut. Does not belong to. What is the symbol? Does not belong to. This is belongs to. Clear? Okay, good. Now let's continue with our sum. So have you taken on the first statement? What is the first statement under true or false? 18 belong to C. Check the statement carefully. 18 belonging to C. Do you have 18 in C? Do you have 18 in C? A, B, C. So which set are you going to check? You are going to check the set C. Just check. Do you have 18 here? Yes, 18 is belonging to C. So this is a true statement. Put here true. That's all. Done. 18 belongs to C. Good. Okay, now next. Go for the next subpart. 6 does not belongs to A. 6 does not belongs to A. This is the second statement. The third statement. 14 does not belongs to C. I have already told you the fourth, fifth and the sixth subpart will be a homework. So we will just do the first, second and the third subpart over here. Okay. 6 belongs. What is that? How to read it? 6 does not belongs to A. Just check for 6 in A. Do you have 6 in A? 6 is not there in A. So this is a true statement. What are they saying? 6 does not belong to A. I don't have 6 in A. So this is a true or false statement? How many say it is true? Yes, it is true. Good. So 6 does not belong to A. That is 6 is not present in A. This is a correct statement. So we say it is a true statement. Clear? Okay, good. Now let's go for the next thing. 14 does not belong to C. 14 does not belong to C. Here, see, 14, they are saying that 14 is not present in C. Is this statement true? Yes, it is a false statement. Why it is a false statement? Because 14 is present in C. So how you get here? 14 belong to C. So this is a wrong statement. So you have to put here false. I hope you will be able to complete the remaining 3 subpart as your homework. Yes or no, children? Yes, yes, all are shouting yes, yes. Very good. So you can complete your third question, the remaining subparts from A. Okay. Now let's go for the B subpart. Fill in the blanks. Let's go for second subpart. So take down the second subpart, B. Give the heading here, fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks. Again here we have 4 subparts. So I am just going to do the first and the second. The third and the fourth is your homework. So whenever I say about your homework, you have to be very careful. I am just not going to give you homework at the end of the class. Our homeworks will be, so you have to be attentive to your mathematics class every time. The whole class, you have to attend it with proper concentration, so you will get an idea of what are the topics that we are doing, and also the homeworks. Homeworks are given in between. Okay, I just don't give you the homework at the last. So I just go on giving as we do the sum. So you have to be very attentive, and also you have to attend the whole class properly. Okay. Now the first one, what is the first point? 3 belongs to. This is very, very easy. I hope that you would have filled this. Yes, children? Good. 3 belongs to. Okay. 3 is belonging to which set? Where do you have 3? Good. 3 belongs to A. Very good. So I will just write here A. That's all. So we have completed the first subpart under B, because 3 is present in A. Okay, now let's go for the second subpart. What is that? 14 belonging to. Good. Where is 14 belongs to? Which set? Which set is it present? Is it present in A? No. Is 14 present in B? No. Okay, then where is 14 present? In C. So 14 belongs to C. Clear? Done? So we have written the second subpart as 14 belongs to C. So what I have told you, so under B, the third subpart and the fourth subpart is your homework. Under B, the third subpart and the fourth subpart is your homework. Clear? Okay, good. Now we are going to move to the next question. So write down the next question. Represent the following sets in roster form. Write down the next question. Represent the following sets in roster form. Question number 4, roster form. Have you written the questions? Always you have to write down the question. Nobody is going to write the answer directly. So write down the first sum. A is equal to the set of all even natural numbers less than 20. Write down. A is equal to the set of all even natural numbers less than 20. Even natural numbers less than 20. So this is the question, and we are going to write down the set in roster form. Have you taken down the question, children? Okay, so take down your question properly. So do not waste your time. Let's start with the work. Now, put your pens down and listen to me, and then I'll give you time to take down your answer. I hope you have completed the previous class work. Says all the sums. Have you completed number 2 and number 3 sums? Okay, good. Now just listen to me. I'll just explain to you the concept, and later on I'll give you time to write down the class work. Here, children, what type of form is this? We have studied 3 different forms of representing a set. Yes, one was descriptive form, one was set builder form, and one more, what was that? Roster form. Now here the set of all comes. So when you have such a way of representing a set, we call it as, this is what? Descriptive form. Very good. The first form, yes. So this is in a form of descriptive. So now what are we going to do? We are going to write down as a roster form. That is, we are going to write the members, or we are going to write the elements. Okay, so let us find out the elements first of all. Read the statement. The set of all, okay, even natural number. You know the meaning of even numbers. What are the even numbers? Even numbers are 2. The numbers that ends with the digit 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. Remember this thing. So when you have a number whose last digit is 2 or 4 or 6 or 8 or 0, we call it as a even number. You would have already studied in your lower classes. Just a small refreshment for you. If we have a number 2002, what about this number? Do not see any other number, only focus on the last digit. Last digit means the last number, the number in the ones place. What is the number in ones place here? It's 2. Good. So when you have a number 2 in the last place, you have to say that it is a even number. Okay, let me check for one more number. If I have 2, 3, 5, 8, 9, 6. Let's read this number. You know how to put a commas properly. So for the hundreds, for thousands, and then for lakhs, and then for crores. So how is the number read as? 2,35,696. What is the we are not going to focus on any other numbers. It may be any digit number, it may be in crore, or it may be in lakhs. The only thing you are going to do is check the last digit. What is the last digit here? The last digit is 6. So when you have 6, it is called an even number. Are you getting my point? Okay. Let me have one more example. 3, 4, 6, 9, 8, 7, 2. Let's give a proper commas. So here that is in place of hundreds. Then for thousands. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, lakh, 10 lakh. So 34 lakh, 69,872. Yes. Okay, I'll just give you some other number. I'll just put here 8. Okay. So what is the number in the last digit? It's 8. Do you have 8 here? Yes. So it is a even number. Instead of 8, if you have 9. So this is not an even number. You call it as odd number. So odd numbers. Okay, tell me what are the numbers left out now? 1, 3, 5. Here we have 7. Here we have 9. So this numbers. That is, if the numbers end with the digit 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, we call it as odd numbers. So these are odd numbers. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. The digits. If you have this digit in the last place, that is in the ones place, we call it as odd numbers. Okay. So now here the question is to focus on even natural numbers. That is, we are just going to focus on what? Like the numbers that ends with 2, 4, 6, 8 and 0. Now we have given with one more condition, that it should be a natural number. I hope you have studied about natural numbers and whole numbers in your previous classes, children. Okay. Just have a small recap of natural numbers. Natural numbers denoted as n, it starts from 1. So what is a natural number? It always starts from 1. Then it goes on like 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. It has infinite numbers. Then we have the next number called as whole number. Remember, whole, how you read this whole? W-H-O-L-E. That is a big hole over here. Whole means start from 0. When you say natural, oh, there is no hole, yes. So remember, when you say natural, no hole. So the number will start from 1. When you say whole, that is a big hole, yeah. So the number starts from 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. It goes on. I just say that it goes on. It has infinite numbers. Are you clear? Okay. So now here what type of numbers we are going to use? A natural number. That means from where your numbers are going to start? From, that is what? From 1. Okay, let's now combine all the details that we have studied and let's put for the sum. I have not asked you to write. I am just giving you time to listen. You are just going to listen to me. So the set of all even natural numbers less than 20. So what I am going to do, I am going to write down all the numbers from, I am not going to write all the numbers, I am going to write all the natural numbers, natural. So I will start from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. So I have listed all the numbers, natural numbers from 1 to 20. But I don't want all the natural numbers. I want only even natural numbers. Even. So let me select 2 is a even number, 4 is a even number, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. See? 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. One more thing. Less than 20. Less than 20. That means I don't want 20. I want a number less than 20. So what will be the answer? What is the set given here? It's A. So A is equal to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So this is the roster form. See, this is the set. The set of all even. They are all even numbers. They are all natural numbers. And they are less than 20. Less than 20. So I have not written. If I write here 20, this is up to 20. If you have the statement up to 20 means you write 20. But here it is less than. Less than means we don't want 20. So we want the number till 18. So this is the answer. I hope you are clear. So what are the things that you are going to focus here? We are going to find out the natural number. What is a natural number starting from 1? So 1, 2. Till where are you going to write? 20. Okay, now it is a natural number. And what are we going to focus on? Even number. What is the even number? Number ending with 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Good. And also you have to take the number which is less than 20. So I am not going to go for 20. So I have to just stop before 20. So what is the number that comes before 20? It's not 19. 19 is an odd number. What is a natural number that comes before 20? Even natural number? 18. So write down till 18. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So we have completed the first subpart of question number 4. Okay, children. I just give you one more work. Listen to me carefully. So one more work for you. You are going to complete question 2, question 3. And one more work is you are going to write squares from 1 to 20, and you're going to write cubes from 1 to 10. First you write for 10, then I'll tell you for higher numbers. How to write the squares from 1 to 20? You'll just write here 1 square. I'm just giving you an example here. See how to write this homework. 1 square is equal to 1 into 1 is equal to 1. 2 square is equal to 2 into 2 is equal to 4. 3 square is equal to 3 into 3 is equal to 9. So you have to go on till 20 square. Clear? Okay. Then for cube part, 1 cube is equal to 1 into 1 into 1, 1. 2 cube, 2 into 2 into 2. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8. So till 10 cube. I hope you are clear with the homework parts. So copy down your homeworks properly, children. Have you taken on the answer for this? So only this is the answer, see? So what is the answer? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So just take down your homework. I'll just continue the next sums. So that we have 3 more subpasses. I'll continue that in the next class. So just stop till here and just note down your homeworks. I hope you have marked all these questions in your textbook. So 2 extra things. One is for writing the squares from 1 to 20. And also you have to write the cubes from 1 to 10. You have to do your homework and submit it the day itself. Okay, so we will just stop over here and just we'll continue the next sum in the next class.